This time we'll call to order the regular meeting of Finance Personnel on November 12, 2024. Amy, roll please.
Alderperson P-Rock.
Here.
Alderperson Gantz.
Here.
Mayor Boyd.
Here.
Alderperson Kundinger.
Here.
Alderperson Quigley.
Here.
All right, thank you. Item 2, approval of the minutes from October 8, 2024, regular meeting of the Finance Personnel Committee. I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock. Discussion, comments? Seeing there are none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 3, public comment upon matters not on the agenda. Comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Finance and Personnel Committee. Anyone in person or virtually have any public comments upon matters not on the agenda, now's your time to state your name. Second time, public comment upon matters not on the agenda. Third and final time, any public comment upon matters not on the agenda, now is your time. Looks like there's nobody. Item 4, consideration and possible action on Interstate 41 sign for refurbishing or replacement. Who wants it? A little explanation, Scott?
So we actually, the city hired Elevate 97 sign company to look at our existing sign, which I have up on the screen on I-41. So when we actually sent out our proposals, the objective was to come up with 2 plans, one for a new design replacing an existing sign, and then actually the other one was actually refurbishing the existing sign. So what I have in your packet, I have the 3 options with the price tag on them. Basically, the option B and C, refurbishing the existing sign. So what I want to show you is with the refurbishing the sign, there's 2 different options, and I'll kind of explain what they are. Both options for refurbishing the existing sign is we get a new logo, as you see up here. On option B, the backer and this actually gets repainted, and these sign panels get repainted. And so you can understand on the screen, this is the backer here and the main thing and the panels. So the refurbishing for option B, that actually would get, that's an amount of $68,000. The other option C, all they're really doing is painting the backer. They're not replacing these panels. You can see the existing panel on a lower unit is in bad shape. They're not going to repaint anything, but you would actually get a new logo on it, which is basically what you see right here on the screen. That option is actually for option C is 68. I'm sorry, option B was 78. And then actually option A, for replacing the existing sign, they came up after many different concepts. Staff chose this sign. This is actually a totally brand new sign. This option is option A in your packet. The amount of that option is $115,000. So basically, staff reviewed all 3 options. We felt the difference in cost between the options for refurbishing and brand new was not significant enough to actually benefit with the benefit of having all new materials. Being a new sign would be a lot more easier to maintain versus trying to maintain the existing signs on just the things that were replaced or redone. So at this point, staff is actually recommending going with option A with the purchase of a new sign and want $115,000. Now, this wasn't originally budgeted for because the intent was actually to have the consultant come up with costs so I can put in a budget. I missed that opportunity, but this is going to be financed by the TID. So the intent would be is that the finance committee and then the council approves it, we would look at actually just bonding for that as part of the TID project, which would be TID number 15.
Thank you. I like the new sign. I do.
Not to lay any influence.
No, I just like the new sign. Questions, comments from all of you for the options that we have and what you would like. Again, the recommendation is to go with option A, the new sign. Alderperson Kundinger?
My first question coming to mind is the sign being of the quality that if it's spray painted or things that we've had done in the past where it won't cause for replacing again, that it could be managed within how it's treated?
It's a good question. The intent, that's part of the reason what we felt going with the new existing sign. With the new sign, all new materials is supposed to be more easily maintained versus the other sign that's actually was disconnected, was tough to maintain, very costly to maintain. So we're going with the new sign. Well, we were assured what the Elevate 97 that what they're proposing would be pretty easily maintained.
Yeah, I would like clarification on that because we just, you guys remember, right? We bought all our signs and then we had to replace them all when they got spray painted over and we had to get it with a
Oh.
new material.
You're talking the city entry signs that we
Yes,
had.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if this is of similar
I don't think we had to spray
material.
paint. I think we had issues with it. That
Yeah.
there was graffiti
painted
on
the
one
backs
of
of
them.
them, but they also had to get because they weren't. There was issues with the materials not being of the quality to manage something like that. So I'm just clarifying if this would be of the caliber of material to manage.
Yeah,
something
Larry's
like
going to make
that.
a comment here.
This will be a higher quality, much higher quality than what you got on those signs. Those are more of a, I'll call it a compressed styrofoam almost type material. This is the actual panels that are
composite.
fabricated, like a high grade plastic, I guess you can call it, or whatever it is, that would be out there. And then the one thing Scott didn't mention on this particular one as well, that little blue ribbon you see in the night scene on the right, that's adjustable for lighting as well for colors if you want to change it for different things. And we can even have it adjusted, for example,
cool.
if you want to make it rainbow, at some point, or if you want to just change it like green and gold for some reason, whatever. You can play with that. And that's part of it as well.
And the electrical is easily maintained.
The electrical, that's part of what we were really pushing on because the old sign that we got from Jones, the electrical was on the interior a bugger. And we've really pointed that out. And so, Scott, I think you also had your maintenance staff is involved with this as well on how it's going to be designed that way so that, yes, we can maintain it and adjust and do things that we couldn't do with the current sign. We're trying to resolve all the bloody issues we had with the current sign with the new one.
So you don't have them in the future. Yeah. Alderperson Cunningham, were you done?
Sure.
Okay. Alderperson Quigley?
Scott, with the new design, I see they've included a human there for scale. Is that significantly bigger or smaller than what we have now, or is that?
Well, the sign, the dimension of the sign is about the same size. and
Okay,
height.
it's roughly the same.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions or comments?
Oh, can I come one more?
Yes, you can,
Just to
Larry.
clarify too, that the new sign, the only things, if I remember correctly, Scott, that will remain will be the footings
Yep.
and I think the pole that runs up through it.
Foundation, and the anchor points of the
Yep.
foundation.
So everything else goes away and it's all new materials. But that keeps the cost down significantly by not having to go in and replace those, and they didn't feel there was a need to do that.
Okay.
Alderperson Cunningham.
This is two-sided, correct? Not like
Correct.
the city entry ones?
Yeah, this is, just like you see out there now, two-sided. It'll be lit at night, as they're showing you in a picture from both sides, and look the same during the daytime on both sides.
I'll make a motion just to move us forward here to approve option A.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock. Additional discussions or comments?
I think it looks nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That said, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 5, consideration and possible action to increase sale price for city-owned property and business parks. Dan? Quason?
Thank you. Good evening, rather. So as you know, earlier this year, we put out an RFP and development service for a consultant appraisal services to help us look at appraising city-owned properties and things of that nature. So as you know, even here in development service, we've been fielding a lot of phone calls and a lot of inquiries from developers regarding our business park sites. Just yesterday, Dan and I met with 4 different parties who is interested in looking at sites on our west side business park and our east side locations as well. So over the last couple of months, we've been working with our appraisal consultant to do a myriad of appraisals for just different properties that we have, and just to make sure that we're looking at the true cost of those the lands that we have. in that. So with that, the appraisal, after discussion with the appraisal consultant, we've come back and we've decided to increase. Well, we're making a recommendation to increase the prices in our business parks for our parcels there. Roughly going, the average price now is about 35 to 50,000 an acre. But now we are looking to take that up to $50,000 and to $60,000 an acre in certain locations in our business parks. So with that on your sheet, I don't know if you guys have that here or not, but if you look at the east side one, the map that we have there on available, it just shows you the ones that we are looking to go up to 50,000 an acre, the ones there on Millennium Court and along Rockland Road, Enterprise, and then also the ones on Destiny Drive as well. So those are the ones that right there, ED 2385 and ED 2386. We're looking to take those to 60,000 on the east side.
This is fun.
You have that in there.
I'm getting there.
All right.
Oh, I'm on the wrong agenda. Can't see from there. What does that say? Sustainability, finance personnel, right there.
Yep.
So is Laurel and Hardy done here, you think? Or?
Laurel and Hardy, I heard that one.
Oh, did you?
I was just going to offer to come down and help you guys.
Oh man.
I was going to do 3 people, but I thought now.
I feel like I've made it.
I had other comedians too I could throw in, but I thought I won't do that.
Yeah. So thank you, Dan. So in this, or should I say Hardy?
I heard that.
So
How did you hear that, Dan?
Go team.
So in this aspect, these are the ones where we're looking to, these here roughly here, these along here, we're looking to take to 50,000. And these 2 parcels here, we're looking to take to 60,000 in the east side business park. And then also, if you look at the ones on the west side as well, these are the ones we are looking to take to 50,000 on the west side. And then this one here, we are looking to take to 60,000, which is right on the northwest corner of, which would be the Southern Bridge Corridor. And the Southern Bridge Corridor is really what's driving a lot of our interest here in the business park in terms of like vacant land and land sales and things of that nature. So we do have some folks that we are working with currently on sites. So we would honor the price that we have already quoted them for if they move forward with like any development options or agreements and things of that nature. But if they pull out, then we would definitely look to increase the price on those parcels that they were looking at.
Great. I'm sure you guys thought about this, but if we raise the price, would that discourage potentially?
No, actually, we are.
I'm just throwing it out there because I just don't know. Obviously, we're hot right now, right?
No, it's even if we raise the price, we are still well under the market value for parcels that is going right now.
Good.
We would still be around like 50,000, 60,000. We are looking at other parcels out there that are going into the 100,000 an acre, $125,000 an acre in our business parks.
Very good.
So we would still be well underneath. One of the reasons for this too is for us to get a true cost of what our investment in those parks are. Because if we look at the one that we recently bought for about $45,000 an acre, and that was unimproved land. So now we're looking at a lot of our sites here are already improved in terms of like infrastructure, sewer, water, drainage, and things of that nature. That we're selling for $35,000 to $45,000 an acre. So this kind of gives us a true, cost, so we could really look at what's our return on our investment in terms of putting in the infrastructure costs and things of that nature for our sites.
Very good. Thank you. That's good to know. Dan, do you have something to add as well?
Yeah, and also a kind of important note to that one, I went back through our development agreements over the past 4 years since I've been here, and only 2 of them have not done a site assembly grant, meaning the cost of the land is something that we are granting to them anyways. And so if we are calculating that in our percentage, should be in our best interest to make sure that we are calculating that percentage appropriately. I'm looking at the 2013 sale maps here. We haven't moved the price since 2013. And that's the one I have most recently on our network. So we haven't moved those prices in 11 years, and we know where the market is. So we're trying to do a catch-up and keep ourselves appropriate on that one.
That's great. Glad you guys did. Other questions or comments we have? Alderperson Gantz.
Which out of those are you currently working with people on?
So, well, if you, let's see.
A lot of stars on
I mean, you don't have
Yeah.
to give me items, but
Yeah.
2,
So-
5, 10 of them.
So we are looking at,
I'd say pretty much all of Millennium.
yeah, I was going to say all of Millennium Court is either in development agreement or early stages of talks with development agreements. on the west side, we have, looking at my computer and it's not moving, but this is the one up there. We are starting to see a lot of interest in this area right in here, these smaller lots, particularly with Southern Bridge corridor starting to happen. We also have some individuals who are on some larger lots down in this area as well too.
Great.
Thank you.
And those are the ones that you'll see, the ones that we are currently in talks with. Those are the ones that has an asterisk by it. So those are the ones that we are currently in advanced talks with.
Okay, not that many. I'm glad that you're raising the price based on the market. Yeah, thank you.
Larry?
Yeah, and just as a reminder, they're constantly marketing all the lots. So depending who's coming in, what they're looking for, where they want to be located, they may lock in on one here or one there more so, but either online or directly when they contact us or whatever, all the lots are always available or being marketed.
Correct.
So
We have 7, I think we're in negotiations under, or development agreement terms, I guess you'd say right now, under 7 different projects at this point, so.
Wow.
Yeah, and we market also vacant properties in there as well too. The ones that we don't own, the ones that are privately owned, that the owners have reached out to us to help with marketing purposes as well. So we actively recruit for those as well.
Very good. And for the record, for the alders, and we should say this, whenever we can, that if you do have someone interested in property, to route them to development services. I have lunch with someone on Thursday that's interested, so I'm going to talk to you guys afterwards about this and share the name. You might already be talking to the person, I don't know. So that said, I'd make a motion to increase the sale price for city-owned property and business parks.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Cuniger. Additional discussion or comments? Seeing there are none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, consideration and possible action on First Amendment to Development Agreement with Amerilux Holdings LLC, parcel number ED 3103. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor. The item in front of you tonight is a continuation of the many discussions that we've been having with Amerilux over the past few years, but this one is particularly related to Amerilux's efforts to appease some of the neighbors. And so at this point, you're seeing a First Amendment to use some stockpile soil that we have from the construction of Commerce Drive. The city didn't want to pay for it to have to be trucked off in 2021, so we stockpiled soil for some use in the future. And here we are with a use in the future that it could potentially be the benefit to not only the Amerilux project, but also to the neighbors. So at this point, the city attorney and development services staff are proposing the use of the stockpiled clay soil and topsoil to be used on the Amerilux site, as well as also as for the berms through the berm construction for several of those properties that are adjoining to them. So it's a simple 1-page or 2-page amendment that outlines the terms of each one of those, and any soil that is not used shall be then, I guess you'd say, regraded and returned. Tracking pads returned back to, or removed, and the sites returned back to their original state. So we're using our development agreement tool as the means to protect ourselves, but at the same time still contribute towards a better positive environment for everybody.
Very good, thank you. Sounds like the conversations with Amerilux and the neighbors are going pretty well.
As far as I know,
By
yes.
and large?
Yeah, they are working towards, they're in agreement with everybody as a amenable solution regarding berms, trees, plantings, and stuff like that.
Great. Good to see everyone working well together.
Yeah.
Questions or comments? I'd make a motion to approve the First Amendment to Development Agreement with Amerilux Holdings.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Cuniger. Additional discussion or comments? Seeing there is none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 7, consideration and possible action on the City of De Pere investment and cash detail, September 2024. Pam is here if you have any questions. Anyone have anything? Anything you want to share that's just glaringly like, I just got to get this out? I'd make a motion to accept and place on file the cash detail for September of 2024.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. Discussion, comments? Seeing there is none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 8, future agenda items. Does anyone have anything?
Is it time
person
that we
coming.
could get a Shopko update?
can do that at a future meeting.
That would be lovely.
Very good. Any other future agenda items? All right, up next, I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion by me, second by Alderperson Quigley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We're officially adjourned. Thanks, everybody.